Okay, let me know whenever you're ready.
Go for it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to round two. I am the Bee's Knee,
My name is Broseph.
And I'm Sweaty Flapjacks.
and this is episode 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
8, I think. So this has
8.
been a pretty fun little journey so far. I think we want to do something like kind of special for different interval episodes. So like maybe episode 10, we were thinking about maybe doing like a drinking episode or something. I don't know. We'll see.
Mm.
Kind of what we come up with. Last episode we had a guest on the show, Michael from Merv Creations. Go ahead and check him out. His stuff was on the last episode. He makes some pretty cool stuff, some pretty cool hats, shirts. I think I'm gonna get a hat from him here pretty soon too to wear on the show, whatever. Stuff like that. Really cool guy. I'm actually in his fantasy football league. But speaking of guests, if you would like to be a guest on the show, go ahead and shoot me a message on our Facebook. I believe the Facebook is just round 2. I'm sure you can find it by facebook.com/round2podcasts. We can include a link in the YouTube description. But yeah, feel free to go ahead and shoot us a message. I know that we have a couple people kind of interested in being guests on the show, so we'll probably talk to them and you'll see them here in the coming weeks. But speaking of Michael, and let's get into fantasy football since I'm in his league.
Okay.
So our league that we're in, or whatever, I deemed the Haram Bowl. So that's what the league's called.
I think we have 3 people with some sort of Harambe in their name. Yeah.
So Brian from my work is #Dicks out for Harambe, and Aaron is Cincinnati Harambes. I think that's it. But there's some funny names, like to Khalil a Mockingbird, Cody or whatever. Like there's some funny name. I want to go. Let me look at these really quick. I just want to see some of the funnier names. So obviously you're off in church, right?
Yes, because nobody can beat off in church.
Lol. Yeah, Cody is to Khalil.
Terrence's face,
he's just like disappointed.
I've had that name for like 3 years.
Or no, I didn't even realize this. It's to Khalil a Mackingbird. Even better. I was like, that's funny. Khalil Mack, good job. Hyde Life, because whatever Joseph Hyde ran. He's a 49ers player. I love Romo's nickname or Romo's team name, Cry Mia Rivers.
Yeah.
Eddie Two Hand Bad Touch. The rest are like not that funny. We already said the Harambe ones.
And then they have like the generic like Tim's great team or something like that.
Tim's top notch team.
Yeah.
And then I'm always Booze Cruise.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see the other. So this is Michael's league, Merv Creations league. Like Ryan Suck Up the kicker or whatever for like the Jets or whatever he is. Suck up on these nuts. Haha Clinton Dix in your ass.
So that league is
that's
a little risque. A little more than ours.
ABC as easy as RG3. High as Josh Gordon. San Francisco 4th and Niners. There's like it's all and the rest are like Feel the Steel, Hostile Territories, like whatever, the Silencers, like random.
After we did our draft, I think I got predicted to get 3rd, which I was pretty okay with.
I feel like those predictions are bullshit.
Based solely on
name.
I think Tim was predicted to get 1st, and he wasn't even there for the draft.
Tim's great team. Tim's top-notch team right
there.
Tim's top-notch team. You guys aren't.
All right? You don't fuck with Tim.
Or his top-notch team.
Yeah.
No, so I'm looking forward to fantasy football. It's fun. I've already started talking smack just because like some of my players have gotten touchdowns in the preseason, which doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yeah, what's up? You saw him. He got like 2 touchdowns already. You better watch out. What? What'd you say?
I said, and potential injuries.
And potential injuries. Yeah, everyone's like, when'd you draft so early? And I'm like, why don't you draft so early? I like the risk. Because you're like, oh, I'm baking it all on this guy. What happens? Like whoever Eddie picked Tony Romo, which I don't even think he was there for the draft, and now he's fucked. It's kind of fun.
He was there for like most of it.
So he was there. He was like present, but I don't think he was picking because it always waited till the last second. I literally think Eddie was sitting on his phone and watching it happen, and he's like, "Okay, that's what I got." Like I don't know if Eddie's ever done fantasy football. I know he wanted to, and he hit me up about it, but he was just like, I bet he was just like, oh, I got Tony Romo, nice. Like,
Nice.
I think he was just watching it, thinking everyone just got random players. I'm like, we're picking these, right? Because he took like a kicker in like the 5th round or 6th round, and we're like, what are you doing? No, so that I'm excited about that. That's gonna be fun.
What's like the grand prize for your?
Oh, so I did. I'll give everyone some sort of deadline, like the 5th week or something. It's $25 buy-in, winner take all. So it equates to 300
people.
Bucks. Yeah. But I also, so this is what I wanted to do because Michael's league inspired me. So their league is called Jerome the Super Gnome, and they have a garden gnome that's like glued to a box, and it's like that's the prize that you get as long as that goes along with the money. But you get this gnome, it's like your trophy, and you hold on to it for the whole year. You boom and shit. And you can customize it however you want. Like you could put stickers on the shit, whatever. Like
okay, so after like a few years, he's got some crazy business going.
Yeah, so I don't. Maybe not on the gnome itself. I'm not entirely sure what like the rules are, but like so the gnome, like they basically what they wanted to do was have every year have someone put a bigger box underneath it. So he's got like 2 boxes already. Like I think this is like the 3rd year that this gnome has been going around. So it's like the gnome on top of a box on top of a box or something like that. And so like and like the boxes are all customized for everyone's different likings or something along those lines. So I'm like, oh, this is cool. Like this will be funny,
It's gonna get ridiculous after like 4 years.
That's what I mean. I was like, can we? Like I was thinking about it because I'm like, what happens when the thing gets like way too big? Like, are you gonna make the gnome detachable so you can take that piece, or are we literally gonna build a giant ass statue inside Michael's house, basically? So anyway, for this year on this league, I wanted to make this like an anniversary, like an annual thing, the Harambe, and I wanted to get like a stuffed gorilla. And like every year we can do something more funny for the, like
I think
every
it'll
year.
last longer if it was like an actual, like little statue gorilla. Because if it was stuffed, then it can, I don't know, get ripped or.
Yeah, I mean, you can figure it out, but like something to go along with it. So
if it's like a little statue, it'll be a little bit more bulletproof.
Harambe will live on forever in our league.
I can't believe you just did that. Wait, I gotta turn lights on. Hold on one second.
I was just about to say that actually. I was like, he's looking a little dark over there. So
that's racist.
Hey, it is what it is. So what's your next topic that you want to talk about?
The whole moving situation. So for our viewers that don't know, we obviously all know each other IRL in real life. We actually
Taryn and I not so much.
Taryn, but we're all related in some fashion. Like we all are.
Joseph's my brother, and Zach is my mother. So
yeah,
I birthed him. 22 hours labor. No nothing. I did it like a champ.
Nothing.
Hey, Doc. I don't feel so well. I think I need some of that nothing.
Nothing. No. So anyway, so we all know each other IRL. So I'm not really sure I can disclose anything just yet because I think it's whatever. Anyway, I'm at my parents' house, and there's going to be some sort of working to where my family's going to all move out. I won the stalemate. I said, no, Mom, you move out. And then she did. So, I mean, not quite yet. But so you just have to wait long enough, and then your parents eventually leave if you are stubborn enough. No. Anyway, so there's
an end to it, guys. Just live at your parents' house for as long as you can. Just hold out.
Just hold out.
That sounds, if you think about that, that's a little dark.
That's super dark. I didn't have to think about it. That was pride.
Just hold out. Just hold out. You could do it. Eventually, they're not going to be there anymore.
You got age on your side, son.
Yeah, you got them beat by what? Like at least 15 years in those cases?
Sit back, relax.
Yeah.
You're winning this race.
You're winning this race every time. No, so anyway, so long story short, there's probably going to be a relocation of my entire family minus myself. Now, they're just renting this house. And what may or may not happen, which would be really cool, is Broseph and another buddy of ours, Romo. Broseph doesn't know him as well. but he's just a buddy that I worked with at
I think
Starbucks.
I've met him twice.
Yeah, so I mean, like, you know each other decently enough. But anyway, so we might take over the household, which would be kind of cool. We're all kind of working on that together, figuring out exactly how we're gonna split stuff, who's doing what we're doing, yada yada yada. But long story short, it would be pretty cool. Ideally, 3 bros, 1 household. Sounds like a lot of craziness, but we're really low key. It would just be cool to have the what?
I'm just looking at Taryn, and he's trying so hard.
Well,
Three
hey,
bros.
right.
3 bros, 1 house.
Yeah, 3 bros, 1 house.
Reminds me
Don't
of
show me the
reminds me of a short film I've seen in the past.
I don't know how. I think that film's actually pretty long. I think it's like 18 minutes or something. But
I'm sure it is, but the
you only watch it for like 35 seconds.
Yeah.
No, so that's kind of a cool thing to look forward to. Hopefully that works out. I'll get my parents' room, which I'll have to like sage or something before I, like I'm gonna have to like get an exorcist or
I'm gonna have
something.
to
Yeah,
bring
you
a
can-
priest in.
get some holy water.
Just sprinkle that all over. No, but that'll be pretty cool. If everything works out, I think it'll be really cool. I think we'll all like it. It'd be kind of cool, and then we could have a place that we could do whatever. Like if we wanted to, we could do like group podcasts, right? Where we're like all literally at a table together, or something, and having one camera and just having a different kind of episode, all together.
I think I would want it like one table, but like I don't know, maybe different camera angles, like so everyone's not in one thing. Like everyone has their own.
I mean, we could, and then like if we wanted to like edit, I guess if you had OBS running on all 3 of the computers or however many,
We
right?
just
And
need
you had
one.
like,
And then have a computer with 3 webcams.
oh, okay, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I mean we
Or
could do
however
something.
many.
But yeah, it would be kind of cool to do like a different episode. Like maybe we play a board game, like a drinking board game or something. Or that
Dungeons and
that
Dragons. What?
No,
Hey, I
that
would try.
funny,
I have not played that. Sorry, I haven't played that yet. But
Oh,
like a few months ago, I was super interested in it. But I was like, I don't know how to play, and I don't know who to play with, so I'm just gonna sit here and watch it on Twitch. All right, continue.
okay. So that was weird. I went like this in my hand, and then you kind of did something. So I was like, "What the fuck?"
High five through space, bitch.
Anyway, so yeah, that'll be pretty cool. I think that great, everything works out. I think that'll be pretty fun. Damn it, I had a thing that I was gonna say. Oh no, what I was gonna say we could play is that funny mouth game with the thing, or like you have to get them to guess. I'm talking about the little
No.
mouth holder thing, where you have to get them to guess what you're saying. What? You
Nope.
guys don't?
Mouth holder thing.
He cut
Oh
out.
no. He was really upset about
He was
it.
really upset that we didn't know.
He
this
really
game.
Talking about? It's like the little. It's called like what? What?
Okay, I think you're.
Basically, you
You're
try
back
and
now.
get what? What? Did I freeze or something?
Yeah, you did. But I think you're back now.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, you're back.
What am I saying? Game. Anyway, now
Heads
I really
up.
want. No. You literally wear like one of those dentist, like
A gas.
mouth things, like the little plastic things.
That like opens up.
Yes.
And you just
I don't
say
even-
stuff, or are you like?
Yeah, exactly. You're like saying, "God damn it! I don't know
Like
what the hell
famous-
that guy."
I got
No,
it.
it's not even necessarily famous quotes. It'll just be like random
Refrigerator.
shit. Like the mailman was a bad, like I think literally this is one of the things that they said on their YouTube video or whatever. It's like the mailman is a bad ball player, but your mouth is like this, and you say the mailman is a bad ball,
That sounds
and whatever.
kind of unhygienic.
No, it's you wash them.
So yeah, that'd be.
We just stick our fingers in each other's mouth to do it.
Just,
Yeah. Yeah, everyone has to go to the bathroom first. You're not allowed to wash your hands.
Ugh.
There's actually no soap in the house, so you don't really do anything.
So yeah, that'd be a cool idea to
Okay,
like have like a.
This week I'm back with my sister.
whatever.
It's a little loud.
And
Sorry.
Haley poop.
If I don't feel like doing the big screen thing.
I
But
don't
the-
think I would like this game.
I think you would. I think
No.
it'd be a fun, shit drinking game. See, we could literally, or whatever. Maybe not this game necessarily, but like this whole setup right here, it would be funny to do like an episode like this, right, where we had people on or like a guest, we're playing whatever. Anyway, that's what I was trying to get at. What?
I was just saying, yeah.
Anyway, but speaking of Dungeons and Dragons, before we segue into Stranger Things, because that's directly related, there was a game that I played in middle school. So I have a really smart friend, Nick Sabo. I do not think he'll ever watch this show, but he was this really smart kid. Shout out to Nick.
What's up,
where
Nick?
you at?
How you doing?
He made his like own version of this game that we played. Maybe it was a version, but I'm pretty sure he made it up. And he called it Pharaoh. And it was literally like the same thing as Dungeons and Dragons, where he was like the game master and he told this story and we had to do this and roll and whatever like that, right? But he I don't know, he made his own version. It was me and a couple buddies and we played it and it was so fun. I remember going to like his parents' apartment or whatever for hours and we'd like lay in the hallway of like the apartment buildings, right? Because it was whatever. Like it was kind of like a hotel or something. Like all the apartments were in this one big building, but there was like a big long hallway and all the apartments were on the side. And then there was like a stairwell and we would always go in that stairwell because not very many people used it. A lot of people used a different way up. So like we would go chill in the stairwell at the bottom of the stairwell where there's that big thing and then it goes back down again. We would always be in that little spot and Nick would sit up like on the stairs and he would read the shit that's going on. And me and two other guys were like down there on the little mat or whatever and doodling.
So he was getting
shit
into it. He was like up on a kind of like a little podium thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it was like legit. It wasn't Dungeons and Dragons though, which is what anyway. But it was cool. And especially because he made it up himself. And so he was like, and maybe it is a game, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure he made it up himself, like that specific version or whatever that we did. Yeah, I remember it was dope. Anyway, but speaking of Dungeons and Dragons, Stranger Things, I binge watched the whole thing on Saturday. All 8 episodes so far. You've only seen 4.
I've only seen
Tell me
4
what's
episode.
So for those that don't know,
Ned die.
so you didn't see Ned die. Winter is coming, Jon Snow.
Winter is coming, Jon Snow.
So for those of you that don't know, Stranger Things is like a sci-fi meets 80s Netflix show, kind of like a what's going on. Like I was gonna say like
I don't want to say thriller.
Like
like
I was gonna
mystery
say Twilight
story.
Zone, but that's definitely not what it, But yeah, like a mystery sci-fi show based in the 80s, but it's so well done. Like it literally like everything in that show is 80s, and the child actors are great. Check it out. Definitely 5-star Netflix show all the way.
So
but from this point forward, for those of you that either are watching Stranger Things or are just getting started or want to get started, definitely spoilers probably start right here.
Yeah.
And we'll know when they end. So just warning, spoilers are ahead.
And I think, I don't know. Do you guys want to talk about it? Because I could like leave
I don't
or
want
something.
to spoil anything for you. It's okay. Just tell me the last thing that happened.
Okay, the last thing that happened, I watched up until the end of episode 4.
So episode 5, sorry. So Taryn, episode 5 is the one titled "The Acrobat and the Flea."
Or the Flea and the Acrobat. Yeah. So, I've seen up until where, what's her name? 11 like goes into that guy's little room with that radio, and I don't know his name.
That guy. Are you talking
The
about
teacher
kid?
dude? No, the teacher dude.
Oh,
He's like, here, you can have it
supposed
for
to,
the
like,
rest of the
big
day.
radio.
Yeah, so she could use like the big radio.
Did it catch on fire? That's not
Yes.
really a spoiler.
It caught on fire. Like,
okay, so she spoke
talks
to Will.
Like through that
whatever,
little
or,
wall
like,
thing, and then she
Will
chopped it down with an
talked to his
axe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you like so far about it, and what I like? Give me your like Reader's Digest of the show so far.
So like, I like just thought about it when you said it earlier. The kid actors are like surprisingly good. Like
phenomenal. Like they act.
I don't know how old they are, but their acting it's pretty good.
Phenomenal.
That's like you're watching that show and you believe these are kids in the 80s.
Yeah, and
they're like cussing and stuff, which is like something that kids do nowadays, but they're really good at like not saying like every other word, things like that, right? That kids in the 80s wouldn't do or whatever.
Also,
any little monikers or things.
I liked how the kid who's missing. What's his name? Will?
So there's Will.
Yeah.
So Will's the kid who's missing. Mike is like the main kid who's like
Mm-hmm.
really nerdy, whatever. Obviously 11. Dustin is the toothless kid,
Mm-hmm.
and then Lucas is the black kid.
I think Dustin's my favorite. He just looks like a badass.
He's fucking funny.
But forgot what I was saying. Oh, I liked how Will, like when he got home, like when he realized he was in trouble because he was being chased or whatever. The first thing he tried was the phone. That didn't work, and then he ran to go hide, and then that didn't work, and then he went into the shed to get the gun. So I liked how it wasn't just like, oh, let me just walk behind this wall of chainsaws or whatever, like stupid stuff like that. Like I said, the acting's pretty good. Like the child acting is really good actually. I mean
the adult thing is good too.
Well, yeah, but I really like the music. I really like
straight from Tron soundtrack.
Yeah, like the intro music is like nice and chill and kind of retro sounding because it's in the 80s.
So that part where it like skips out or whatever, you know what I'm talking about, where it's like and like fucks up.
No.
It's in the intro. There's like one part. I mean, I thought it was my speakers, but it literally happens in the same exact spot every time. So I think there's like one part right towards the very end of the intro. I don't know. I'll have to watch it again, or like watch it on my phone or something that I know works. But there's like one part at the very end of the intro where it kind of sounds like it skips a little bit. Maybe I don't know. It's interesting.
I'll have to look out for it.
Yeah, right now it seems like there's another dimension or something that I don't know how, but they like can cross into it. So that's why she was at the pool, but there was no water in it, and she tried climbing out and got pulled back in by something. I don't know what it was because you didn't really get to see it.
Oh, you're talking about Barb?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, they just had like the party at the house, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Barb's at the party or whatever. She's in the pool.
It was like a day or two after she went missing.
Nancy and fuck, what the guy, Steve, right?
Fuck Steve.
I want to like him. He looks kind of cool.
No, you know who he looks like? Do you guys watch Parks and Rec?
No.
Okay, well, he looks like John Ralphio from Parks and Rec.
I haven't watched that show.
Cool.
So.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but
I don't know. Like I want to not like him, but I also want to like him. Like he's in the middle for me. So, and I'm only in the 4th episode, so he could obviously. My opinion on him could switch.
He ping pongs, I think.
Good.
Ping pongs.
He's a very neutral character. Like I don't know that your opinion is going to change much from what happens. I mean that's almost like a little bit of a spoiler, but I think you'll probably end up in the same.
I think he was gonna say the same boat as everyone else, but I don't know. I'm liking the show so far. It's pretty good.
You're right now.
I'll probably watch another episode tonight, and then I don't know, maybe watch the rest tomorrow. Because I think
my stuff froze. Whatever. I heard you just whatever. It's cool. I don't think I missed anything.
You're fine now. So yeah, that's like my quick take on it. It's pretty good so far. I love the music in it. The child acting is great.
On a side note, the main character, Will, is that his name?
No, Will's the kid who's missing.
No, Mike is
Mike.
Mike
is he's in the remake of It.
Ooh, okay. Stephen King's It.
Yeah, that's coming out soon. But he's cast in it, so
nice.
Cast in
Sounds
it.
good.
Do you know what It is?
No.
The clown.
The clown.
I have no idea.
It's a clown that can like change into all your deepest fears or whatever. It's a Stephen King book. And it was made.
It's another reason to get hyped about Stephen King adaptations.
Since they obviously reference him a lot in this show.
Yeah.
No, it's really. I especially like that. Like, they do a really good job of making it seem like the show is actually in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Furniture, colors of things, the cars, like the Pinto. I was like, hey, it's a green Pinto. We have one of those in the garage. The fact that people are smoking inside, no one cares, shit like that, right? And you're like, they do a really good job of making it very believable.
Yeah,
I agree.
So great show, fully recommend.
Watch it.
We could talk about. I'm sure by the time we record this next podcast, we can talk about theories because Broseph will definitely be done by then. He's only got 4 more episodes.
Yes.
Season 2 cannot come fast enough.
Do you know when it comes
Also,
out?
what the no.
Oh.
Also, what
No,
the fuck
that's
ever
not.
happened to Black Mirror? They need to pick up on that show.
Oh,
Black.
you've watched all that, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Have you
So
watched that, Joseph?
I have no idea what that is.
okay, so
Oh.
pick up after this, after Stranger Things. Definitely pick up Black Mirror. Same situation. There's like 3 seasons, but there's like 8 episodes. Like episode 1 was like a pilot season with like 4 episodes.
Mhm.
Season 1. Season 2 is like another 4 or some shit like that. And then season 3 like just started, but it was like a year and a half or 2 years ago, and it's only got 1 episode in it so far. But very well worth it. It's like a modern Twilight Zone.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe it.
Like so it's like it's modern day and / futuristic Twilight Zone. So weird moral rights and wrongs.
It has
and
like
stuff.
stuff. Every episode has something to do with technology and like the
Yes, and it's
breaking
it's an
society.
anthology series. That's what they're called, right? When it's every episode's cast by a different person or like
Okay, that's-
directed and everything.
Yeah, it's like all in the same vein of like thought, but like different.
But yeah,
It
so
doesn't
every
look the same.
episode is like it's not the same people. There's not like a continuing plot. Every episode's different. So like some of them are like an hour and 10 minutes long. Some are like 40 minutes long. So it's like same kind of idea behind each episode, but it's cast, directed, etc. by different people every time.
Have you
So
seen?
like,
Sorry, go ahead.
have you seen? No, it's like Taryn was saying, it's like a modern / futuristic Twilight Zone. Like, for example, one of the episodes, there's a lot of stuff going on, but like they can record things with their eyes. Like they have like an implant and they can record videos and take pictures and stuff with their eyes. Like I was gonna call it like a contact, but it's not. It's like literally like an implant in your head or like in your ear or something like that. And your eyes are literally cameras. You can record stuff, and then you have like a little flash drive that you carry with you that you can like Google Chromecast onto like a TV or replay in your head, and you're literally watching it on the back of your like own eyeballs. Kind of sounds weird. But like, and then like, so for example, like they're all at a party and someone's like, dude, check out this hotel that I stayed in or whatever. And he's like Google casting what he literally saw as first person thing to the TV, and you can like pause and play and whatever and like
That's pretty cool.
rewind. And so yeah, that's just one episode. They're all very vastly different. The very first episode, definitely don't let that set the tone for the whole series, because first episode's way out there. Like, and you're like, what the fuck?
So dark. Oh god.
It's so twisted. Like they're all pretty
twisted.
dark, but the first episode's really weird. You're like,
Should be pretty good then. Did you watch the documentary on Steve Aoki on Netflix? It's called I'll Sleep When I'm Dead or something like that. And like I don't listen to much of his music. It's not that I don't like it, I just don't listen to it that much. But it was pretty good. Like you learn a lot about his family and like his dad and how much he travels. Like I guess one point, the Guinness Book of World Records like named him the most traveled man by airplane or something. Like he traveled a lot.
that
Like,
doesn't surprise me.
One year he had like 300 shows in a year or something. It was crazy.
That's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
It was pretty cool to see. Like
That's like every day and a half you're going to a different spot.
and like what else? They didn't show too much of like the concerts and stuff, but that's not really what it was about. It was about like his story, which I thought it was pretty good. Just a little side
Check
note
that
while
out.
we were talking about Netflix things. And then also this one called Apex. It's about futuristic cars. But it's pretty cool. Not futuristic cars, like
Transformers.
are they electric supercars or something like that? I forgot what they're calling them, but there's this
Top line
one.
cars.
Yeah.
Apex cars.
Yeah, there's this one called the
Transformers.
1-to-1. I mean, I might be getting the numbers wrong, but it has like 1,216 horsepower and weighs 1,216 kilograms. Like, yeah, for however many horsepower it has, that's how many kilograms it weighs.
Yeah.
So it's pretty fast. And then there was a few more, but that's the one that I remember the most.
Random.
Yeah.
Anyway, next topic. I'm
Um,
trying to look at our little thing.
how do you feel about?
Are you doing ask me things?
No. How do you
Oh.
feel about Colin Kaepernick not standing for was it
the
the Pledge of Allegiance or the national anthem?
No, it was the national anthem.
Yeah.
Did you see anything about that, Taryn?
No, I have no idea what you're talking
So
about.
Colin Kaepernick, basically, in short, didn't stand for the national anthem.
He's a
and like
quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers.
He's a bench warmer for the 49ers. Anyway, so he didn't. He's the one that everyone thinks looks like Squidward because he does. Anyway, he didn't stand for the national anthem like last week or something, a couple days ago or something for their preseason, one of their preseason games.
Yeah.
Because he was like, you know, I mean,
he was doing
his
it in
message
protest
of like the country because, you know, the whole country's in turmoil over this like kind of like blacks versus whites kind of race cop thing that has been sparking up. So he was like, you know, I want justice for my people, yada, yada, yada. I'm not going to stand for the national anthem. And there's been a very large uproar about it. Like, and he said he's going to continue to do it. He just recently said that. He's going to continue to do it. Now,
so
obviously,
what are your thoughts about it?
So a little foreknote. He also got in trouble like last year at some point because he was throwing N-bombs around when he was playing other players. I just thought that was funny. I'm like, oh, really? Like, he's half black, half white. Both of his parents are white. I'm pretty sure he was adopted by them or something. I'm not entirely sure of his background. I can't like sit here and quote like I know the guy, but it's just funny because he seems to be playing literally both sides of the field. Anyway,
so
what are your thoughts?
My thoughts about him.
Either one.
Him not standing for the. I mean, I get what he was saying. I don't agree with it necessarily, but how do I say it? Like, I don't agree with, you know, what he was trying to do, but I'll support him for having the right to do it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, like he should be able to.
Yeah, he should be able to not stand for the national anthem. Like, to me, that's fine, is for him to not do it, but personally, I don't agree with it, but I understand, and, you know, I think it's okay that he. See, that's kind of weird to say.
Yeah, like you get like it's cool. You should have the right to do that.
Yeah, I support
that you could take a stand for what you believe in.
Yes.
But in this particular case, you're a douchebag.
Yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Like, I don't agree with his opinion, but I'll fight for him to have that opinion.
Taryn, your turn.
I mean, he can express his opinion however he wants, but I haven't read too much about it, so I can't. I don't know what to say.
It was pretty cut and dry.
No idea.
I think he's a total douchebag.
Duke can say whatever he wants. That's kind of how the world works. People can judge him however they want. That's also how the world works. But I don't know what else to say.
Yeah,
I think he's a douchebag, but that's only because, you know, whatever. Maybe I'm white and privileged, even though I'm not really privileged, but whatever. I just like, to me, I'm
triggered
in my own head, right? Triggered. Privilege. To me, I'm like, dude, you make $19 million a year for not even playing because you suck. You know, he was good like his first couple years, right? Really good, like he did well. But ever since then, he's just fallen downhill. He's like, I don't know, he's making weird decisions. He's just doing shit, and he's not even playing, right? So to me, I'm like, you have an opinion, sure, but like, for you to like make that example or whatever, like there are other ways you can go about it, I guess. And, you know, like some of the things he's saying, he's just like, this country's like, I think he was a little too broad and like kind of abrasive with like whatever he was saying because, you know, there's been such a big uproar about it. Like he probably misworded a little bit of what he said. You know, but I'm like, dude, come on. Like, who are you to complain about because he was saying basically like his people are oppressed, right? Or he feels oppressed and whatever. And I get that. I'm not saying at all. I totally agree with, yes, we obviously have a problem with oppression, right? I'm totally 100%. I'm not racist at all. Clearly, you know, like just, I'm like, I understand what you're like fighting for. And I agree with that. But for you to try and play victim, really, you're playing a fucking game for $19 million a year for not even playing. And for you to try and act like you're victimized, no. You're going to go home in your fat ass, you know, Bugatti or whatever you're driving. I know he's got some fancy shit. Back to your mansion in San Francisco and be like, oh, man, I feel so oppressed here in my giant ass bed with silk sheets. Like, no. You know, if it were me, I'd be like, do something about it. Don't just complain about it and sit out in the national anthem. Go be an activist and do something with your $19 million a year that you get for sitting on a fucking wood bench, you know?
Well, in his defense, everyone is talking about it right now.
True.
So
True.
the men with voices are the men that speak. You know, there's not. I get what
you're saying.
Got his point out there, one way or another.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, for me, whenever I see celebrities, right, and they're complaining about this thing or that thing, I never usually see a lot of follow up with like, okay, I'm mad about this. Here's what I'm gonna do about it. Like, a lot of the times, sure, like you have like the BET Awards and like that one guy, I think we talked about it before on the podcast, the dude who was on Grey's Anatomy, and he was talking about it a little bit. I think we talked about it. I think it might have just been me and you, Joseph, but still, like the thing that frustrates me is not even necessarily this argument in particular. It's just when I see celebrities or famous people who make ridiculous amounts of money, especially like athletes. Don't get me wrong, they're crazy, gnarly freaks of nature with amazing abilities that we just like love to watch fuck around, right? You know, I'm wearing Chargers gear. Clearly, I love sports. You know, like I'm not whatever blind to that fact that we overpay them, but like at the same time, if you have that ability, right? They all have, for the most part, you know, they have mansions and ridiculous car. Like, do something about it. You know, fund something or start a thing or whatever. Like, be an active part of that community. That's the part that I don't see, and obviously, media tweaks that, right? They're not going to want you to see all of, you know, they want to wage that war because that's what gets views and hits, right?
Yeah,
they
follow-ups don't sell. You know,
yeah, exactly.
What sells is drama. What sells is someone refusing to do something and everyone talks about it.
TNT knows drama.
You know, what sells is fucking like drama, just like straight up the most useless shit that doesn't matter. That's what sells. You know, making a scene sells. So you're not going to see follow-ups on things. Like no matter what angle it's coming at, it's just how the world works. And
yeah, I know. I just like I wish that there was something, right, where like he would do something himself and try and promote it himself, and like his fans and people who like him would share it, and I would see it through that circle. Like it's obviously possible, right? But you know, like you were saying, obviously if he does something and he doesn't really go out there and try and promote it himself, we're probably not going to see it. It's going to make it to like that first circle of people who know that he did this thing, and then after that it's going to die off unless he's really pushing it on his own kind of accord. But that's just, you know, I don't know. I wish that celebrities were more active, or I could see at least more of that. But for him to like play victim to me, I'm just like, come on, dude. Like, really?
So I have a few questions here. Actually, I have two, but I'm kind of iffy on the second one.
Okay. Do you have more than two?
Well, yeah. So first one is kind of just basic. So what are you excited for in the upcoming month?
You guys are froze. Oh. You guys froze for a second. Something about a month.
No, I said, what are you excited for in the upcoming month? For me, it's pretty much just finding more about, I don't know, the moving situation, see how that's going to go down. Football starting pretty much. Yeah. It's pretty basic for me.
I have to say very similar, same boat. Football, like actually starting for real and kind of seeing those first like 2 games or whatever of fantasy football, how they play out and whatever, get that train rolling.
Also the new season of Overwatch, I think.
Damn it! I wanted to say that. I was going to say definitely like in a week or something, or in a week and a half.
Start like in 3 days or something like that. It's supposed to start.
I thought it was the 6th.
Is it 6th? I don't know.
Well, it's the 29th.
Yeah, so a week. That's what I'm saying. I thought it was the 6th, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, definitely also stoked about trying to figure out more about that moving situation and see how that goes, because I think that'd be really fun. Like I said, you know, I think it'd be cool. Whatever, it'd be fun to whatever, but I'm like, you know, I want to start getting, you know, like I get impatient. I obviously want to be like, okay, let's move some shit now. Like, let's get stuff started, try and make it as seamless and whatever as possible. I'm already like deciding, because we were talking about, you know, hiring those cleaning people or whatever. I'm already like, okay, what they should do is start in that room, and then I can move my shit into that room, and then they could hop over to this room, right? Like, you know, like I'm thinking about stuff like that, because it would make no sense for them to clean everything else, not clean that room, whatever. I have.
So you're anxious as fuck right now. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. So like, I really want to like know if this is going to be a thing, so I can start moving my energy towards that. Because if not, or like whatever, like let's say we don't get approved to rent a house or something along those lines, and I have to change that focus and be like, okay, I need to move somewhere now. If everyone's leaving, I need to get a place of my own, or maybe us three or maybe two of us or whatever go and work. Okay, we're on a search for a different place then, I guess. Like, squad over here.
Also,
But yeah, definitely Overwatch as well. So I rewatched all of the like lore videos, sort of, so to speak. I rebrushed up on the whole lore. Like I wanted, like, okay, I know who everyone is and everything. And I know kind of where they come from, but I just wanted to like rehash what I know and like, okay, like maybe I forgot that little fact or whatever. But definitely that kid from the cinematic trailer is Doomfist. There's no way he's not going to be.
What?
No, he would be the
Doomfist.
He's
he's
gonna be like the next Doomfist. Like he's not gonna be the
think,
original one.
No, I definitely think he's gonna be the new hero. Like that, I feel like that little kid has more because he grabbed the thing and punched Widowmaker, and then Tracer was like,
I grab it and punch anyone.
I know, but you know what I'm saying? Like that kid. So here's the thing, and then she, as retard, she left it there in the broken case and just dashed out of the museum. That was the thing. Like, so it's like her and they have the big fight. You both have seen it.
Yeah.
And then like they just leave the two kids in the busted ass, broken up museum with the Doomfist in the thing that's already broken. Like,
well, Doomfist is a guy.
That's your like actual mission.
Doomfist is the gauntlet.
That's your mission when you're playing. What is the map that you're escorting?
Umbani. Umbani. You're escorting.
That's what you're doing. You're moving the gauntlet.
Yes, I know it's on the thing, but what I'm saying is like,
why did she do it?
No, I think that kid might come back as like a 19-year-old, maybe early 20s, and then he's gonna have that gauntlet on. But he's gonna be kind of young.
Tracer was like 20 in that short, and still is.
Okay.
And like,
That's
also,
true.
if you see like if you ever go into Numbani where it has like the like Doomfist and like the successor, the whatever, blah blah blah. The like last one is definitely a jacked big guy, and I doubt.
Okay, so then maybe. If you go back and watch that first video, at the very end it shows those two kids and his little brother hugs him, and then it shows like a big Overwatch like background with all the heroes. If you pause it, there's definitely noticeably a couple heroes. Like I know like in other ones, right, you see like Anna before she came out. There's definitely a big jacked ass motherfucker who is way too detailed. It's like one of those things where they make, like in a game, right? And you're like, oh, why is this door so detailed? Like obviously that's one I can go in, right? It's not just some like bland overlay bullshit. So there's one hero opposite Reinhardt that's behind like a couple people. There's also one in the front left too that I thought was May, but maybe isn't. It's like some little short guy, but he's not as short as Torbjorn because Torbjorn's there.
He shoots fire.
I don't know. Yeah, he shoots fire. He's like in like a hazmat suit.
Yeah.
And then anyway, there's that big jacked ass motherfucker who's not quite as tall as Reinhardt, but he's huge and he's way too detailed. Yeah, the red armor with like the green sun thing.
Though. Like if you go like.
Well, what about Watchpoint Gibraltar?
After this, Watchpoint Gibraltar.
On that map, it's before the Overwatch mission has been re-uploaded or whatever. Because you take the little shuttle to
satellite.
the
which doesn't really make sense because you're a squad of Overwatch members transporting a satellite.
You got to suspend your belief for a little bit.
Overwatch members.
So are you taking it you're taking it to the museum, right?
The fist?
No, you're taking it to it's like a museum, but it's like a more secure museum or whatever.
It's where the spawn is on defense, the last spawn. That's what I think.
Yeah, that's the museum. I think you're literally taking it to that museum that you saw in the intro video.
Oh, maybe.
I kind of think that all of those levels are supposed to be a little bit before all those things happen. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure because like some of them, whatever, but I think they're supposed to... It's hard to say.
I can't wait for the new map.
Well, you might be right because the King's Row one is like Zenyatta's friend dies in it, and like they mention him a lot. And then there's what the Tracer, or not the Tracer one, the Winston one, which
Isn't that
which
no? That's not Gibraltar. That is Gibraltar, isn't it?
yeah, it's the one. Yeah, it's the one with Winston, and he's like he's trying to send out the transmission or whatever.
Yeah, because that's what you're escorting to
And
the
then you
thing.
do that. And then obviously the Bastion short, Tears, Bastion short.
I didn't think it was that sad. A lot of people were like,
and then the Dorado one. That's the other one.
Yeah.
I still love all the characters like commentary that they put in the game. Like when you're on King's Row, and like when I play Widowmaker, because I usually do on King's Row, at least for the first bit. And then she's like, oh, this is the site of my first kill or whatever. So like it has to be like it's hard to tell what the timetable is, right? Maybe it's after everything had already happened, and this is just kind of like you're escorting the gauntlet, right, to kind of see how it got there. You know, obviously, you know, like nothing that you're doing really ties into the story. It's just showing maybe like a background of what had happened to get it there. Like somebody had to have escorted this thing to whatever. You know, it's just kind of like a little snippet background, right? You know, like, oh, okay, like this is the satellite that he used to send off the thing.
Or on the map with the gauntlet, maybe after like that first short where the kid like uses it, maybe it has been moved since then. Like the kid uses
I don't know,
it,
but
and
like
who they're moving it to this new location.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, yeah, but that's like
moving the payload,
because you could be Widowmaker and moving it, but she would obviously take it, right? Moving
the payload's in my charge.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to really say, but like anyway, regardless, I'm like that's totally irresponsible of Winston and Tracer. They both just left these two kids here, but like the thing is like. I get that Doomfist is probably gonna be that Jack dude, but it's just hard to say that kid's not gonna come back because she like literally kind of let him with the gauntlet, and she was like, "We always could use more heroes," and like for a second, I bet if he would have taken it, she would have let him. But then she's like, "Oh, just kidding," and she like put it back and took off. And I'm like, "You just literally left like the world's craziest weapon in a busted ass museum. Like no security's there. Like it's just these two kids." But I don't know. We'll see, I guess.
Another game I wanted to talk about a little bit is World of Warcraft. The new expansion is coming out, and I've been wanting to like get into that game, but I don't have anyone to play it with, so I'm like,
I say wait until eventually Taryn and I build PCs.
That's gonna be forever.
I know that.
Okay, I've played WoW.
For me, it will be the end of the year.
I've played WoW.
Whenever that,
I can't do it. All right,
because you'll get addicted.
It's too much.
No, it's
or
just
you'll
like,
get addicted.
I just don't. Like, it was fine, and then like I played it a lot again, and then I was like, this game isn't worth it anymore, and I stopped playing.
But a lot of people are liking Legion.
I know a lot of people like everything because it's fucking WoW, dude.
It's true.
Okay, I say at least PCs for Overwatch and like Diablo. Either that or Taryn needs to get Diablo on the Xbox. Because I think that would be really fun to play together. I haven't played Diablo in a while, and I played it with you, and I think we've beat it before, maybe.
Yeah. Did you play I think it's called Reaper of Souls?
The one with the crazy dude with the scythes or whatever? Yeah. I think I did. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure I did. Because he was I think I'm picturing the room that I fight him in. I'm pretty sure I did. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, I tried to play it with
WoW,
two other different people, and like they both like bailed on me halfway through the game.
And but I want to get like super no life where we raid on Thursdays or whatever, and I'm part of like this 75-man raid. And I'm somehow important.
I did that for a while, and you weren't always all into it. It was Ryan and I remember I maxed like 4 characters.
Yeah, I think the highest I got I got one character to like 42.
I think if Taryn were to get it right after his PC is eventually built someday, like I think it would be fun to play for a while until we get to like a PvP level, because PvP was fun as fuck. Yeah, I don't know if you ever played that. I
haven't played it, but I've watched it before.
Yeah, like that was really fun. I remember playing that and having a lot of fun with that and whatever, leveling up that way and doing things that way. Like I remember that being pretty fun. It was very frustrating because it's like Overwatch or any of those MOBA games on fucking gnarly steroids. because you have so much more that you could do, right? It's not.
What class were you?
It's not like 6 abilities. I had like 4 or 5 different ones.
Which one was your
I
main
can't remember.
one? Or your favorite?
I think like the Demon Hunter one, the like range crossbow esque guy, like very Diablo esque or something. It was like
on
it was
WoW?
something. Yeah, there's
Nice.
something that was
Oh, you're
ranged.
talking about WoW?
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's a
something that
hunter.
was- So okay, then it was Hunter.
Okay.
Because Demon Hunter's on. It's the same fucking thing. It's on Diablo.
Technically, there is a demon.
There is a
hunter.
demon hunter.
Now
Yeah.
there's a Demon
But
Hunter. They're
that's
just
the new
like
class that got added. So
it's the same damn thing. So I had a
I
Hunter,
highly doubt that
had
you
a
a demon
Druid.
hunter.
Doesn't check out. Doesn't check out.
Doesn't check out. If anything, you might be a hunter that
I know you had a warrior.
I had a warrior. Am I still frozen?
No, you're fine.
Okay, I had like a warrior, a paladin. I had what the fuck was that one? No, I feel like that was on Diablo, wasn't it? The monk? Was that on
The
Diablo?
monk is on Diablo and on WoW.
That's
Okay, so I think I had a monk on WoW too.
Because the only
and then
character
had-
I extensively played was
I can't
was,
remember what he was.
Resto Druid. That's the only thing I really played in WoW.
Sure, I think definitely was my like main one though. Pretty sure. I was always about that range.
With that
Same thing on Diablo. I was like, dude, dual crossbows on Diablo. Boom! Like no one
Okay.
ever touched.
That makes
Now-
no sense. Dual crossbows. Do you know how crossbows work? That's
Yes.
like
Well,
having
on
like a
Diablo, you can have dual
it's like
crossbows.
dual like bolt action snipers. Like that doesn't like why would you do that?
It doesn't matter. I'm a demon
No.
hunter. I can do it. On Diablo, I'm
No.
telling you, on Diablo, you can have dual crossbows. I don't
So
know why.
I came up with an Overwatch character the other day.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah, I remember we did
It was
this.
along the lines of like, you know how Soldier 76 is just like he's a joke of himself because he's like
Reaper or Soldier
One.
76?
Soldier 76. He's like one of 76 soldiers. He's like every Halo character, every Call of Duty character. He's just like he is
The
so
very plain.
plain. My abilities are running fast and like
Shooting
shooting
rockets,
rockets,
Auto
and
aim.
I have noob tube and auto aim. Like
and I can
He's-
heal.
yeah, he's as plain as you can get. Anyways, it's along the same vein, except for it's like 360 no scope kids. So it's like a sniper, but they have 2 snipers. So it's like, like Reaper kind of makes sense where he has 2 shotguns, but like this one makes no sense because they have 2 snipers,
Mm-hmm.
and their like abilities are like you can just like turn around real quick, like you just like spin. I just want it to be like the meme of all Call of Duty troll kids. And like
Okay.
I want their lines to be just like, "You're mine. What's that?
Your mom.
Suck my dick."
When he ults, he's all like 360 no scope.
Go, go.
Like,
Oh, MLG.
It's like Reaper's ult.
and then you
actually.
like
It's
knife
just
the
Reaper's
air
ult.
after.
His ultimate like saying, his mom, get the camera.
Get the camera.
So I have another question here, but I'm kind of hesitant on it. I remember telling Zach earlier, but I didn't tell him the question. I just told him that I wasn't sure about it. So the question is, yes, the question is, what was the first thing you ever masturbated to?
Oh God, I have no idea.
I was
I thought he was gonna go like right out the gate. I remember the first thing was I was at my grandparents' house. I forgot how old I was, like maybe 12, and then and then my cousin Daniel had his brother Jaime's like nude magazine.
Yeah, fool.
This is before the internet. He had like, I think it was a Playboy.
I doubt it was before the internet.
It was
judging
before the
by
internet.
your age, but it may be
That
before
was,
your access
I think that
to the
was
internet.
12 years ago. So
Easy access to the internet was not around. Got it.
It wasn't. The internet was there, but easy access wasn't.
Dial
So,
up.
Yeah, if you could find it. So he had like a porno mag, and we went towards like the back of
I feel like that's
his like property, and there was his brother's trailer there, and so like
you
He's
all
like,
went
"Here."
in there.
he's like,
For
here, look
rooms?
at this magazine. What?
So you all went in there in separate rooms or what?
Yeah, like he gave me the magazine, and then I went to the bathroom, and I kind of just like figured it out And then yeah.
I thought this question was going to be way worse.
Yeah.
So did I.
feel like
I don't
that's
know
the
why
same answer for all of us. Not in a trailer, but like I'm pretty sure it's my dad's like Playboys or something. I don't know. Like
I legitimately have no idea. I can make something up.
Go for it.
But okay, I couldn't make something up.
Dang. Do you guys have any other topics or?
Okay, make an Overwatch character.
Me?
Yep, I made one.
I don't know.
Nerf this.
His name's Rival. His name's Nerf.
His name's Nerf. No, I was talking to Taryn about it, and so like because he was like, okay, make a character, and what would they do? So I would want to make like a very covert, like stealthy person. So like even more stealthy than like say Genji or Widowmaker, like someone whose abilities literally are stealth focused. So I think they would maybe use a crossbow, and one of their abilities might be to like one. It's hard to say because that's a really cheater ability. Like I was gonna say, maybe that could be their ult. No, it wouldn't be their ultimate.
I feel kind of left out on this masturbation question. I was just thinking about it.
Dad's Playboys or something.
Well, I don't
recall.
Yeah, let's move on.
Millions of times ago, like that's been a long, long time ago, my friend.
I thought that question would have been more funny, but
nope. Swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss.
Overwatch character. So I think they would maybe use a crossbow. I wanted to like something to do with like a close range knife, like a one-hit kill thing, and I was like, maybe that could be like
one-hit kill. It's OP.
I know, that's what I mean. Like maybe that could be their ultimate, but then like you could only kill one person with it.
You would have to play against this character.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Maybe, but like, okay, if that was their ultimate, maybe they can only kill one person with it, right? Like maybe their ultimate would be to be. So my first thing, okay, you know what? That'll be their. So originally I wanted their ult to be everyone on their team would turn invisible for a few seconds.
Jesus, no thanks.
But then like then that's gonna be ridiculous, right? So their ultimate, how about this? Their ultimate would be they would turn invisible unless they were shot. Like, so you're like you can counter that ultimate literally by shooting them, but they're gonna be invisible.
Or a Widowmaker.
Right? What?
Or a Widowmaker?
I guess, or a
because I feel like her ultimate is only useful for general information. It doesn't really counter anything that I can think of.
Yeah. So like maybe she could see, like you could see their silhouette running around and then shoot them, and then that. But maybe their ultimate would be that they would turn invisible, and you could only kill one person with it, but they could sneak up on someone and knife them, and they would die. Like that would be their. But you can only kill one person with that ult. Like you couldn't go and hit someone and hit like you couldn't go into a room and solo like wipe a team. You would be invisible, maybe gain a tiny bit of speed, and you could knife one person and they would die. So like, and then after that, your ult would disappear. So like, if you ulted and did it right away, just to kill
someone,
like it would be gone and invisible again. What? Did I freeze?
A little bit.
Oh, but you're good.
So maybe that would be their ultimate. They would turn invisible, have like a knife. They could kill someone, but if they got shot or anything, or like Widowmaker, like their ult would be over. Like I feel like that's not too OP. Sure, you could go for the big fat tank, right, or whatever. And you have to think how hard it is to catch some people, right? If everyone was Genji, it'd be fucking damn near impossible to try and catch up to him, or whatever.
What about someone who is strictly melee? Right.
Well, that's what. That was like another character. That was another character I wanted to think about too. Maybe Doomfist is that way.
Maybe their first ability is like they kind of charge up and like punch forward, like a little dash, and then their second ability could be inactive, and then like on that one punch they get bonus damage or something, and then their ultimate ability could be like they just go crazy and just like run super fast and punch faster. So like you could dash towards someone, hit them, and then punch them once, and then activate your ability to like hit them again, and then for like weaker champions most likely finish them off like a Zenyatta or something. And their ultimate can be countered by like what's her name? Ana. Or get pinned by someone or.
All right, I got one. You ready?
Hold on. I'm trying to think of what I would make their like two abilities though. So if they're using a crossbow, maybe like
it's hard because anything one of their things is like is already taken usually.
Yeah. Maybe one of their things is like I don't want to be a douche, but I kind of want to steal. Well, no, that's like Hanzo's thing. I was gonna say they throw some sort of sonar ping thing, but that's already like done. Maybe one of their abilities is like a tripwire. Like they could set up a tripwire for someone, and like they would trip over it and maybe either get trapped or like it would explode and do something. Kind of, but like it's like it's like literally in a hall or something. Like, you know, so like instead of getting trapped, maybe they run over it and it does damage. Like it's literally a tripwire, you know, and then they get hurt. And then like their other one would be some sort of evasive thing. Maybe they go invisible for like 2 seconds. Like they just kind of like turn invisible, and you can kind of use that to narrowly escape something, and whatever. And then maybe their ult is like they're invisible for like 6 or 8 seconds, and they can knife someone and whatever, and they die. I don't know. That would kind of be. Basically, I just wanted someone really, really, really stealth focused, so you could see, you know.
Sombra.
Yeah, but we'll see what they do with her. Anyway, what were you gonna say?
Got one. You ready? So, this guy's like all just thunderstorm type esque themed, and he would have the ability to like it'd be just dashes, so he could like kind of blink, but he'd like mystify and then like turn out somewhere else, kind of like Tracer, but like a lot slower. So he could blink forward and then he could blink
like
up.
A faster Reaper.
Yeah,
like a faster Reaper.
Okay.
His main fire would be like arc lightning, so it like could chain like Winston, right? And then his
but like range
trigger,
though.
Not his left trigger would be range. So his left trigger would be like Zeus type lightning bolts throwing down, right? And then his ultimate would be like he makes this big thunderstorm cloud, and no enemy can see inside of the cloud.
That's what I was gonna say. Like it would be like a cool if it was like a storm
everywhere and just
that did like
they
minute
get damaged a little bit.
Yeah,
but you can like follow them around with it. Also, like it combo really well with Widowmaker. Like if you drop that down and then like Widowmaker drops her thing down, now your team can go in there and just like murder everyone because they can see everything.
Or Zarya.
The Fog of War. Yeah, or Zarya. Like anybody, or like even Winston, he could hop in there and just start zapping everyone while they're already getting zapped and they can't see.
Or what about their ultimate is like a cloud, but it's up high, and you kind of pick 3 spots for it to zap like real strong.
Nice.
But they
like
don't know
AC
where it's
130.
Kind of, yeah. But with lightning bolts.
Anyways, but like you could play. It'd be like I figured it'd be kind of like a Pharah character, but a lot faster travel time. So like you could double click, blink up in the air. You'd be like really high up, falling slowly, and just like.
But then you could like throw your like.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
But you don't have a way to get down like real quick. So like you'd have the same Pharah problem where you're gonna get shot, but you can also like blink forward.
I don't know about blinking in the air after you already blinked to get in the air. Like blink up and then blink. I don't know. I feel like that'd be a little crazy.
Because you'd be like, boop, boop, boop,
maybe like limit
sky.
1 blink in the air. Like
maybe it's just one. Maybe it's just one blink. You know,
kind of like
maybe
Genji's
blink
1 double jump.
Like you can double jump and
like
then blink
Genji.
once.
Yeah.
But that blink is like omnidirectional. Like where is Tracer, right? And you want to like look up and blink, but you still go forward. In this guy's case, you would like blink and you would actually go upward.
In the beta,
so maybe like
Tracer's blink was way better. Because you could actually like look up and blink up. Yeah. Instead of it kind of just keeping you straight.
So maybe it'd work like that, more like Genji kind of, but like less of a cooldown because it'd be one of your like main abilities, and then maybe his other ability is
the throwing,
just
the
AOE shock. You AOE shock everywhere, and then left trigger. You know, your alternate fire would be the throwing lightning bolts.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty interesting. Did you get the idea
Anyway.
because of Zach's hat?
No, I didn't.
Ah.
Yes, I did. That's why I got it.
That's the arc.
So, did you guys want
It's
to
like
talk
this.
about anything else?
I mean,
Because we're definitely over.
Yeah, or
Definitely
like
over an
45
hour.
minute or
Yeah.
whatever.
we went on for a while.
Yeah.
Anyway, so speaking of Overwatch, I say we end the show, and I would like to play some right now.
Yes.
Sounds good.
All right. That was episode 8. Thank you guys for watching and listening.
Bye.
Bye.